You're saying, I'm not constipated. And maybe you aren't. So let me give you 5 little rules that we go by. Number 1 is, all these things must happen if you're not constipated. Number 1 is, you must have a bowel movement within a half an hour after you eat, every time you eat. And the reason for that is that when you eat and something falls into the stomach, it pushes that that's in the small intestine, and that that's in the small intestine pushes that that's in the large intestine. Let me show you that. Let me show you what I mean by that when we go to the chart here. When we eat, the food falls into here and goes down into the small intestine. It starts its journey through the small intestine. So the food is started down there, gets into the it falls into the stomach. Falls into the stomach, goes into the stomach, and it starts its journey into the small intestine. Well, when you put something into the stomach, it starts moving that that's in the small intestine. That that's in the small intestine pushes that that's in the large intestine. That will explain why an infant baby will be eating and eliminating at the same time. It's because of the tiny size of the baby. It happens right away. He's not eliminating what he's eating. He's eliminating what he ate an hour ago. As an adult, once we grow up, that should happen within about 30 minutes after we eat. So within a half an hour after we eat, we should have a bowel movement. We'll also explain why you have to take the dog out after he eats. That's number 1. Number 2 is the colon's 2.5 inches round. The waste from it should be large in size. Shouldn't have a shoestring. Number 3 is the waste should never sink to the bottom of the bowl. If it sinks to the bottom of the bowl, it means what we ate had no life in it. It was, we ate the white rice, white sugar, pastas, pizzas, because there's no oxygen in it, so it sinks right to the bottom of the bowl. If you eat food that has life in it, oxygen and all that, that oxygen in it makes the waste float on top of the water. So that tells you what you ate. That's number 3. Number 4 is the colon, the waste from the colon should not have this terrible odor. The reason why it has that odor is because it has remained in the body too long. Nothing is to remain in the body longer than 24 hours. When I say 24 hours, I mean that is the very maximum. Everything should literally be gone out of the colon by 6 hours after we ate it, because it's no longer food. It has turned into waste. Okay? So 6 hours it should be gone, but 24 hours is the maximum. And if you got rid of things in 6 hours, believe me, there would be no odor like we have in America. And number 5 is the print of the colon. And let me take a look at that again. The print of the colon. If you look at the colon here, it has a print on it. It has a print on that colon. That print is also on the inside of the colon. So that print should be on all of the waste, because that means that the waste came off of the wall, the floor, the ceiling of the colon. It came off of there, and you did not tunnel eliminate right through the center. And this is what 99.9% of us do in this country. And we have a bowel movement in the morning, and we think all is well, even though we may eat 6 more times during that day. We have one bowel movement, and we think all is well. All is not well. All is not well at all. In fact, it gives us a real false sense of security.